let's see if this is actually working. Hopefully it is. Oh, there we go. It looks like we're having some problems because on my screen it says that the category for the game is Pac-Man. So I'm just gonna quickly change that to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Should be changed now. Okay, so I think that we are rolling. Yeah, this is working, which is really nice because it wasn't before. Okay, so since it's working, which is really, really, really nice, we are going to be hunting for shiny Meowth, as you can see in the top right corner, because as you can also see, we got a shiny Coughing in my last video on my YouTube channel. Feel free to check that out. I was doing a tutorial on essentially how to get shiny Pokemon really quickly. And it worked, I guess. But we didn't get Meowth, so we're going to continue on. I need to make this actually work, because, yeah, I can't exactly see how many people are watching at the moment. It's giving me some issues, but I also want to make sure that I don't miss anything that you guys are saying in the chat. Because when I was doing the Stardew Valley live stream, I couldn't see what anyone else was saying. And apparently people were saying a lot, so to those of you who commented, I apologize. I didn't see any of it. But I think it should be working just fine right now. I have the stream chat on, so I think we are okay. I also think that we have the lure still running from yesterday when I recorded my video from today. So we are going to get started and hunt for Meowth. Because if you don't know, I've been hunting for Meowth pretty much since the game came out. And it just doesn't want to show up. I got a shiny Charizard trying to get a Meowth. I got a shiny Tentacool. And then I got a bunch of other things because I got bored and decided, you know what, I don't want to wait. I want to get a shiny right now. I don't care if it's a Meowth. But this time I'm going to stick with it and we are going to try to get this shiny Meowth. If we get anything else, that's fine though. I'm okay with that, but I want to stay on this route. For those of you who are watching, feel free to say hello. I want to see if the chat room is actually working on my end. Because although I know not a whole lot of people are watching right now because I just started the stream, it's still, I want to make sure that it's not like I'm talking to a wall and you guys are talking to a wall and we're trying to get across to each other and it's just not happening. I don't want that to happen, so, you know. And this time I made sure that my stream is saved afterwards, so if we find a shiny, I'll be able to keep that, and I'll also be able to upload this stream to YouTube. I'm impressed by how quickly these Meowths are showing up. Usually it takes forever. Okay, I can see that the chat is working, so hello! Thank you for chatting. Oh, I hate saying that word. I don't like chatting. Ugh. But anyways, So it's good that the chat room is working this time on my end. I don't know why it wasn't working on my end, but hey, here we are. There are so many Bellsprouts right now. I think the weirdest thing about this for me on my end is that I have to keep the sound off. Otherwise it's gonna be a mess. So you can hear everything that I'm saying. I can obviously hear what I'm saying because I'm saying it, but I can't hear the audio from the game. So that's something that you guys get to enjoy and I'll get to enjoy once I edit the live stream later on. I have to say I've been getting pretty good at playing Let's Go this way. I'm not used to using the Joy-Cons on their own, but I have no other options with the capture card. The only way that you can record on the Switch is if you get a capture card and it has to be hooked up to the dock. So I can't do it the easy way now, but that's alright. 'Cause I've been practicing, I've gotten 2 shiny Coughings. I now have 3 of them in total, so more than what I need, which is annoying, but hey, I'll always do giveaways. So I'm sure that I'll do giveaways on stream. If I get a shiny that I've already gotten, then I'll probably just give it away to viewers. In the future, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We are seriously finding so many Meowths. This isn't taking that long. I hope that the game audio isn't too overpowering. Why did I think I was going to the left? There we go. Okay. But yeah, I'm hoping that the game audio isn't overpowering my voice, because this microphone is not exactly the loudest. I have increased the volume level and decreased the game audio, but I don't know. And you'll probably hear the fan of my computer, because that's starting to make noises. It's gonna like take off like an airplane. Ugh. It's funny, I can't get away from these loud computers. There's just no avoiding it. I guess I'm just not used to computers necessarily, because I usually I'm on my phone. I never use a computer until like less than a year ago, because I needed a computer for university, so I've gotten used to using that, but I'm not used to how loud the fan is. But on the plus side, the computer that I'm using right now is so much better when it comes to the noise from the fan. It doesn't go on for a crazy long amount of time, which is what I hated about my old computer. And the reason why it had that issue, I'm assuming, is because it has a battery problem. So I had to keep it on the lowest brightness setting on my screen, which was the worst. It's terrible for your eyes. But I had to do that all day, every day, because the computer wouldn't last more than one course in my school day. And it was only like 50 minutes. And it should last longer than that. And unfortunately, the courses that I was taking, the rooms for them didn't have any outlets. So, well, they didn't have any outlets that I could get to. So, unfortunately, my computer would die a lot. So, we went and fixed a newer, better one that we have. And now that's the one that I'm using now. And thanks to that, I'm able to connect my Switch to it, and it is amazing. I am honestly so happy about that, because I remember years ago I wanted to get a capture card for a 3DS, but it's a lot more difficult than getting an external capture card. You have to get like a custom-made 3DS or something, and I'm just not really up to that. So, very happy with what I have now. And it's crazy to me. I'm playing the Switch on my computer. I know that most people recommend that you use a separate monitor. I don't have a separate monitor, so it is what it is. And I was considering getting a monitor because I thought that I would need one, but when I found out that I actually don't need one, that's really nice. Because I was considering getting the Elgato HD60 because apparently that works better with MacBooks than the newer version. But then I found out that the HD60 has more of a delay, like a very noticeable delay. So you kind of need to have a monitor to be able to use the HD60. So I went and got the HD60S, and there's, I think it's 3 frames of delay, which is not a lot at all. So, very happy about that. And the fan is going off again, but hey, we're already at a combo of 10. And it's only been like 10 minutes, so that's really nice. So many Venonats. Let's just... Gonna fly on Charizard. Oh, I always have the worst timing. There was a Meowth. Oh yeah, by the way, in case you're wondering why my Persian is called Octopus, I let my sister play with me one time, like play this game with me, and she decided to rename my Persian to Octopus. Nos, 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 Okay, sorry about that. I am back at it. Yeah. Took me a couple tries. I always cringe at hearing myself. It's just kind of, you know, it's just a thing. You always, like, when you listen to yourself on a recording, you're just like, nope, nope, that's terrible, the worst. I'm getting better at that though. Otherwise I probably wouldn't be recording so many things and live streaming. But here I am, so, you know. Oh, and don't worry, the mic is back. I was just recording a thing on Instagram, and I don't really want to keep the commentary on when I'm doing that. I did do that in the Stardew Valley live stream, but that's because I was still figuring things out. We are already more than halfway to our chain or combo of 31. I always want to say chain because, you know, Pokemon are chains. So if I call this a chain, whatever, I think it's fine. It might not be the correct term for this kind of hunt, but same thing. If there's any other Pokemon I want to get on this route, it's probably Shiny Squirtle or Venonat, because I don't have either of those. Also, Magikarp would be pretty cool, because I also don't have that. I just don't really like getting duplicates. I already have Tentacool, so don't really care much for that. I've gotten a lot of Pidgeys. Well, I guess not a lot compared to some other people, but I've gotten 4, I think. I sacrificed one of them, and then I got another one full odds later on, and it was just like, I went on the game, tried to do another Meowth chain, caught one Meowth, and then a shiny Pidgey appeared. It was really nice, because that was the day after I got my first encounter shiny Zubat, which was completely full odds. I wasn't even hunting. It was actually right after I had an appointment at the hospital, because if you don't know, I broke my ankle in January. That was fun. So I had an appointment in March. I had just come back from that, decided to play on my Switch, turned on the game, and the first Pokemon that spawned was a shiny Zubat. I'm pretty sure that I put it in one of my YouTube videos as well. And I decided to make a little bit of like, should I catch it? But like, then I realized that bit doesn't really make sense because I wasn't even hunting for any Pokemon, so of course I'm gonna catch it. But you know, it's okay. It was fun to make. At least my videos, in my opinion, I think they're getting better. Because what I used to do was, what did I do? I used iMovie on my phone to make all my videos. Now I have actual things, so that's nice. Oh, I actually haven't gotten a shiny Rattata yet. I've gotten shiny Raticate. I actually got it the day that I found out that my ankle was broken. Woohoo. But yeah, it was actually when I was comboing for a Jigglypuff as well. I was trying to get a shiny Jigglypuff while I was waiting at the ER, you know, that fun stuff, and ended up getting bored, so I went to a different route and immediately got a shiny Raticate. And at least I didn't have one before, so pretty happy about that. Even though Raticate is one of my not so favorite Pokemon. But hey, a shiny is a shiny, so you know, if shinies weren't rare at all, then yeah, I wouldn't care. It's like with my first shiny ever. I cared about it, once I found out that it was a shiny. But if shinies weren't common, why am I using normal Pokeballs? Oh, really? I'm already out of... I guess that's okay. I think I need to get more Ultra Balls though. I think after we catch this Meowth, I'm gonna head to the Pokemart and get some more Ultra Balls because I'm not risking anything. Also, about not risking anything, I just realized that my computer is not plugged in, so it could die. So let's just do that. There we go. Yeah, we don't want that to die midstream. That would really suck. I'm assuming that it would turn off the stream. I don't know though, because I'm new to Twitch streaming. Okay, let's just zoom on over. It would have been funny if that Charizard was shiny, let me tell you that. I almost failed the shiny Charizard that I'm riding right now because I didn't see it. And then I was like deciding whether or not I wanted to make this Dragonite run away, despawn. And I was going back and forth between that, and once I decided to do that, I noticed the shiny Charizard, and I was like, oh, I need that. Okay, we are just gonna get 20. I think that's all we need. I always like to get things in 10s because then you're not really wasting any money, and then you're getting all those bonus Pokeballs. Or Premier Balls. I have so many Premier Balls, as you probably saw when I was going through my bag trying to figure out why I was using a normal Pokeball. But yeah, one of the other shinies I want to get in this game is Dratini. I haven't gotten a shiny Dratini on anything except for on, I think it was White 2. Because on White 2, if you did a certain thing, this trainer would give you a shiny. It was... I think that it was either a Gibble or a Dratini, depending on the game. And I think that my game had Dratini. See, I would catch my shinies in Premier Balls, because I know that that's... Like, you know, the Premier Ball is supposed to represent something special event. But I also don't want to fail a shiny. I have yet to fail one on this game, other than the ones that I purposely let despawn, which was a shiny Psyduck and a shiny Pidgey. Both of those were on the same hunt. I was trying to get a shiny Ponyta, which is also one of the Pokemon that just hates to show up for me. And I finally got that Ponyta, so it was totally worth it. So like, yeah, I did purposely fail some, but I've never failed one accidentally. But I feel like using the normal Pokeballs or Premier Balls, it's just sketchy. Yeah, I absolutely love shiny Ponyta. The blue is so good. I had a shiny Ponyta that I got from GTS negotiations on either Pokemon Black or Pokemon White 2. And then I decided to evolve it, and trust me, I agree with you. I really wish that Rapidash had a more vibrant shiny like Ponyta's. I honestly think it would have been cool if maybe, like, sure, you could stick with the blue, or you could go for full-on purple, but what they have right now is like a purplish gray, but it's not vibrant enough, so it's just kind of like, makes me think that it's an old Rapidash, which I know isn't very positive, but that's what it makes me think of. I'm just like, it's gray hair. Though I don't have anything against gray hair, it's just that it's not really, you know, it's not as vibrant, like you said. Yeah, it does look like, that's actually a good point. It does look like smoke. So that does work. Now that you point that out, I actually do like that, but still in the end, I think that Rapidash could have gone with like any other color that's like pretty vibrant and it would be perfectly fine. Like green would be a little weird, but still okay. Yellow, I feel like isn't enough of a change from red, orange, whatever it is. Purple, yeah, of course. Blue, yes. But I really think that going for like a gray or something dull, I just think that it doesn't do Rapidash justice at all. Which is why I haven't evolved my Ponyta. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hunt for another one, so then I can evolve that one into a Rapidash. And then, hey, I have another rideable shiny, and that's my favorite thing. I was like, oh, I want to have a rideable shiny. I want shiny Ponyta so I can evolve it into Rapidash, have a good time. I did end up getting a shiny Rhyhorn, though. So that's a rideable one, which is awesome. And I also got a shiny Snorlax, which is also rideable, though it's pretty slow, so I prefer not to use it. I think it's pretty funny looking, though. Yeah, I don't mean to hate on all the shinies that are just like, you know, like you said, the ones that are darker or lighter in color, which it's pretty much just, it looks like it's in a different lighting than before. Like, I feel like Persian especially has that issue. Garchomp, let's not even get into that, because it's just a mess. But, yeah, and Pikachu's is really sad, because it's, although I will say it's not the most subtle one, it's still, Pikachu could have been anything. They could have gone for like Pika Blue, you know? Even though I know that's Meryl. I think that it would be so much better if it was just like anything else. You could have gone for red. You could have gone for, I was gonna say yellow. It is yellow. Green, but that would, I don't know if I really like green, but yeah, and it's also pretty close to the yellow, so I guess that's a no-go. Yeah, you could have gone for red. Could have gone for blue. You could have gone for purple. So why not? I already have 2 shiny Pikachus though, and I do kind of like it. Pink? Oh my gosh. I want that so bad. That would have been good. Pikachu. Wasn't there... I used to watch, oh, yeah, let's let Coughing evolve. Because I don't have Wheezing yet, so here we go. Hot pink. That's not what I was thinking. I was thinking like a nice, I guess, pastel, but that's just because I'm all about pastels, but that would be hilarious. Oh my gosh, yes, please. I would be down for that. I would absolutely love a hot pink Pikachu. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that there was an episode in the TV series early on that was like they went to, I think it was like Pinkin Island? Some sort of pink island. Ate the fruit and it turns your Pokemon pink, so yeah, Pikachu. I think that would be pretty cool if Pikachu was pink. So much better than the orange And yeah, Golduck's shiny, I have to agree, and it makes me sad because I did evolve my first shiny on Let's Go, which was a Psyduck. I evolved it into a Golduck, and I did it because, you know, why not? And, you know, I kind of regret that, but my Golduck is really strong and it gets me a lot of money on the game because I gave it, it's Payday. I gave it Payday. So it's really nice when I'm battling the Elite Four over and over again to get money. But I did get a shiny Psyduck in Pokemon Go, so I am keeping that as a Psyduck. Because shiny Psyduck is so great. Honestly, I think that Golduck, wouldn't it have been great if they just made it gold? Just some sort of yellow? You know, a nice golden yellow. That would have been perfect. It just works. They didn't do it. It's very sad. Instead we get this like different color blue, a more reddish beak compared to what it was before. It's just not good enough. See, I feel like my luck in Pokemon Go is not very good. Like, when I'm actually trying to get shinies, when I'm putting in the effort going out on walks all the time, though now I do it more so because I need to, I dance a lot, or I used to, until I broke my ankle. So I have to make sure that I walk a lot so that my ankle is used to that, so then it can get used to dancing again once I can get back to that in September. But yeah, most of my shinies as well are from community days. I have had a lot of community days where I didn't get any shinies though, which sucked. But the shinies that I have gotten that weren't community day ones, I think my first non-community day one was a Grimer, and I got it right after a political science class that I had. Ugh. Like, I know political science is important, but it's just not interesting for me. I'm sure that if I put in the effort, I can learn to enjoy it, but it's just not for me. So yeah, I got the Grimer after that, and then I also got a shiny Duskull during the Halloween event, and then the next day I was like, oh, there's only one more day left for the event, so I might as well not try to get a shiny. And then one of my friends was like, well, why not still try? Like, sure, you already got a shiny, but what if you get another one? And I'm like, there's no way. But then I decided to. And I got a shiny Plusle. I already got one when it had the increased odds during, I don't remember what event it was. I think it was one of those Safari Zone events, or like Go Fest or whatever. But yeah, I got one of those. You know what? I have always wanted to get shiny Murkrow in the game. If there's any two shinies that whenever I encounter that Pokemon, I'm just like, I imagine it being shiny. I'm just like, it's gonna happen one day. It's Snubbull and Murkrow. Because I think that their shinies are really good. I don't care much for either of the Pokemon, but I really like their shiny forms. I also have never hatched a shiny on Pokemon Go. I really hope that I will one day. I've tried so hard to get one that way. I will say though, for most of the shinies, I think it was most of the shinies that I've gotten on Pokemon Go that weren't from community days, or while I couldn't actually get any like, I couldn't walk. This is after I broke my ankle. I couldn't walk anywhere, so, like, how am I going to play Pokemon Go? But whenever I got to one of my classes and we were, like, about to start, I would check Pokemon Go and see if there's anything to shiny check them, and there we go. But I managed to get a shiny Natu from that. And a shiny Mareep. So I think I had pretty good luck. And then also the shiny Psyduck that I got, even though that was increased odds, I think, I also managed to get that. So, you know, that's great. Also, okay, what the heck? Is that considered not family friendly to say what the heck? I wouldn't consider that. And yeah, getting shinies without walking is like, it feels like I'm cheating the system, but I also feel like it's a nice thing for like, hey, we heard you can't walk, so we're just gonna give it to you. Have fun. That's how it feels for me. And yeah, and congratulations on the 2 shiny Snubbles. What in the world? That's crazy. I've gotten shinies back to back for like community days and on other Pokemon games other than Pokemon Go. I got back to back shiny Skitties and back to back shiny Starlies, but that was Pokeradar. But otherwise, I haven't really gotten any back-to-back, like, full odds. Which would be absolutely amazing. But I think I've already had really good luck with some things. If you watched one of my... I did, like, a story time thing where I talked about some of the craziest shiny encounters I've had. I don't know why I'm going for this Meowth. I'm already at 31. Yeah, let's just run because we don't... Just... no. The thing is, I lost my train of thought, dang it. Man, I'm bad at that. I tend to lose my train of thought. I'll interrupt myself or someone will interrupt me and then it's just like gone. Dang it, I couldn't shiny check that. But yeah, so I was just about to talk about the shiny Cresselia that I got. Because what I didn't say in the video is that I had hunted for shiny Cresselia for like 3 months on Alpha Sapphire, and I didn't get anything. It sucked because this is when I was just getting into it and I had like no patience whatsoever. But then when I found out I could hunt for it in Ultra Moon, I decided to do that. And I was watching a video. I seriously don't remember what the video is. I just know that it was like 20 minutes long. Started the video, started hunting, and got the shiny while I was watching that video. And it's crazy. It wasn't even, the video wasn't done yet. It was somewhere around 15 minutes, maybe 17 minutes. And I got the shiny Cresselia. It was insane. And before this, I had hunted for shiny Giratina, and that took about a day. So that was also super awesome. I haven't had that luck in a lot of Pokemon games recently, which is unfortunate. I would love that kind of luck, though I haven't really been testing my luck lately, because I don't really want to hunt on any of the older games. Other than, like, I could hunt on, like, the DS games, not 3DS, but DS, because I do have an emulator, but the problem is there are some things that I just feel are not right. I don't want to play a game on an emulator unless I already have that game. That's kind of my deal with it. because otherwise I just don't feel good doing that. But then there are things like randomizers, and I love randomizers, so I do them. But I make sure that I have that game already, a physical copy of the normal game. Otherwise, it just doesn't feel right to me. Let's see who wins at this hunt. It's probably gonna be you because this is taking a while. This is why I never get shiny Meowth. I'm always like, oh, it's taking forever, and then I go over to whichever route is to the left of Saffron City, and I just go back and forth there, and I keep getting shiny Vulpixes, and I know I love Vulpix. It's like my favorite Pokemon, but I have like 3 shiny Cantonian Vulpixes. I have 1 shiny Alolan one. I also have a shiny Alolan Ninetales, but that's on one of the older games. But yeah. Also, as I was saying before, I would hunt on older games to, you know, test my luck, but I also want to record it. So I was like, I don't want to get a capture card on a 3DS because that is way more difficult and way more expensive, I think, than just getting a capture card and plugging it into your computer and Switch. So I can't hunt and record on the 3DS. I can on the DS if it's on an emulator, but then I can't transfer those Pokemon to other games because it's on an emulator, not on like a flash card. Which I do have one. I do have a flash card, so I could do that, but it doesn't work anymore. I didn't actually buy that flash card either. I wanted a DSi for Christmas one time, and this is like way after the DSi's era. This is like halfway through the 3DS's time. And it's because I like animating on Flipnote Studio. I used to, when I was like, I don't know, you know, I won't say, I was really young, and I used to make animations on Flipnote Studio, post them to Flipnote Hatena under the name Dextrion, because it had started off as this, it was supposed to be like an evolution, and then I decided to turn it into its own thing, and now I don't consider it a Pokemon. But yeah, I used to make animations under the name Dextrion because that was the name of my character that I created. And you know, that was really fun. I wasn't really great at it. I was terrible at art. But then one of my friends joined. I won't say who they are, just in case they don't want me to talk about this. But they joined shortly after I had showed them the thing, and they made a little short animation on my DSi. Didn't like it and deleted it afterwards. But later they joined, and since they're actually good at art, they absolutely skyrocketed on Flipnote Hatena. I'm sure that if you think, like, if you were on Flipnote Studio, if you went online on Flipnote Hatena, you would have probably heard the name. It's Fruit. I'll just leave it at that. And I was so happy to be included in so many Flipnotes, but it's really not because of my skills in it and like how popular I was on Flipnote Hatena. It was really just because I knew the person. So yeah, I had a really good time on Flipnote Hatena. I know that it's totally off topic from the Pokemon thing, but the reason why I got a DSi was because I absolutely loved animating, and my last DSi had a hinge issue, so I got a new one, and it had the flash card in it. which has an SD card which has a whole ton of ROMs on it. And then later I figured out how to get those randomizers onto that so I could play them on a DS, which was super awesome for like the week that it lasted, especially because that week was like right after I broke my ankle, so I couldn't really do anything anyways. So I really enjoyed playing that on the DS, though it did freeze a lot, which was really annoying. Now that it's on an emulator, it doesn't freeze, so that's always nice. Yeah, Flipnote is so good. I actually, I think I posted on my story the other day, because, since, you know, with all this broken ankle nonsense, and I have school and stuff, it can be stressful, so I like to, every once in a while, I'll just draw, or sometimes I'll even animate on Flipnote. Maybe I said that I was working on one, and then I did like 3 slides. I really don't have the same motivation that I had when I was younger, because now I put in so much effort into it that it becomes just not fun. Like, it was fun before, but the thing that one of my friends actually critiqued me on this was like, you don't make a draft for your flip notes? I'm like, yeah, I just draw the character, and if it doesn't work out, then I erase the whole thing. I didn't make a draft and just erase it and then trace over it to make the actual thing. Now I do. I've learned. So I'm way better at animating now, but it takes longer for me to make an animation, and sometimes it takes an infinite amount of time because I can't finish them because I don't have the motivation. But I think that I will try making an animation because there are some things I really like to make stories with the characters that I've had since I first started on Flipnotes. I just keep making these stories, and I want, like, it's not gonna become a big thing. I'm not gonna be an animator. I'm not going to make a show or anything. And I used to dream of that. That's not really something that I feel would ever happen now because, you know, reality check, that's not happening. But, yeah, it's just, I came to the conclusion I can't make a show. That's insane. And the stories aren't, like, amazing. I'm not a writer either. So I want to share some of the ideas that I have through animations, but then my ideas are so much more than what I can really express through my animations. Like, I can imagine the animations in my head, but I can't really make them. But I kind of want to challenge myself to do that during this summer. But it's just, it's difficult. What you also have to keep in mind is that my characters aren't humans. And they're 4-legged. And, like, that limits how much you can do with the characters. So that also causes problems. And, like, oh, I want to show you guys the animation. I have my very first animation that I ever made. And it was a Pokemon one, I'm pretty sure. It had, was this the first one, or was this, I'm thinking of this one that I did with a Zorua. It also had a Leafeon in it and some other Pokemon that I could actually draw, but, like, not really because I was a child. it had, yeah, the Pokemon that was featured was a Zorua, but also an Eevee. I don't remember exactly what the story was. I think it was supposed to be the Zorua that's like, well, what the heck, I'm an Eevee now. But it's like, that's its ability. I don't know why I thought of that story. That story had like nothing to it. So, also I'm sure that I had copied off most of the ideas for what I wanted to animate through what was there before. Because I used to be heavily influenced by what the original Flipnote was that I had downloaded. Now it's more like I download Flipnotes for the audio, erase everything, so then I can make my own thing. See, I know that you want to see, but I can't show it, because it's on my 3DS. I don't have a webcam, so I can't really show you, and I don't have a capture card on my 3DS. So I can't. But, should I share this? I have been making animations. I still continue to make animations, but I haven't finished one in a long time. But I'm just gonna pause this for a moment. Where is it? I had another YouTube before Shiny Catherine. There's, I don't know if I want to share it. I think even the, like, banner for this, I didn't know how to change it, so it just shows, like, this cropped picture of my Minecraft character from, like, years ago. I don't know what I was doing. Somehow that channel has 26 subscribers. You know what? I'm not gonna do it, but I'm going to tell you guys the name of the channel, even though I also really don't know if I want to do that, but it's not like it has anything personal. It has my flip notes. That's no big deal. It has my old flip notes, but not like super old flip notes. They're more recent, but they're still old. It's Dextreon Games. Dextreon. I think there's a space, and then Games. Should be easy to find with that name. I also found out that someone re-uploaded one of my flip notes, and it got a lot of views on YouTube. Not like a whole ton, because it wasn't great, but since it was a Steven Universe animation, which, trust me, I made that just because everyone liked Steven Universe at the time, so I was like, hey, if no one likes my original characters, might as well try drawing one of the characters from Steven Universe. And so I drew Amethyst as best as I could, and for whatever reason, someone re-uploaded that. But thanks to that, I was able to find all the flip notes that... Oh, I shook the Joy-Con. I'm just so... This is very important to me. Thanks to that person re-uploading it, I managed to find that flip note and all my other ones that were uploaded to the new Flipnote Hatena or Flipnote Pseudo Memo, which is really nice because I couldn't see my most recent Flipnote until I found that re-upload, which was like years ago that was re-uploaded, and I never knew because no one knows about my YouTube except for 26 people, and maybe more now that I said the name. Once again, Dextreon Games, Dextreon Games. It was called Dextreon Games for good reason. If you couldn't tell, it's because I want to do the gaming, and then I didn't do the gaming on that. I did make a Minecraft video. I had a 5-minute long thing of just me throwing melons everywhere, because I was weird and bored. So I did that. It was cool. But it's on private, so you can't see that, because why would you want to see that? It's just a Minecraft character jumping up and down, throwing melons. So yeah, I used to really like Minecraft. Now it's boring to me. I don't have Minecraft on the Switch, though we do have it on a Switch that my family shares all together. I used to share a Switch with 7 people, and I was like, if I'm gonna get a game where you can only play 2 players maximum, which is Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I'm going to want my own Switch so I can do hunts. Because hunting takes a long time. And if I'm sharing with 6 other people, it's gonna take way, way, way longer to get a shiny. About taking way, way, way longer to get a shiny, it's been an hour. That's not a really long time necessarily, but I don't have a lot of time to hunt. But we're going for this Meowth. So I guess it makes sense to just keep going here, even though I really want to go somewhere else so we can find a shiny quickly. What do you guys think? Should I continue looking for Meowth, or should I go to a place like Cerulean Cave or the power plant or any place that has like an entrance? You know, a door, a ladder, anything like that. 'Cause this place does not have any of that. Which is the worst. I despise it so much. See, I put in all this effort to get Meowth. This is like my 5th or 6th time trying to get a Meowth. I've gotten Porygon because I left the route. I've gotten Charizard not because I left the route. Same with Tentacool. I've gotten Vulpix because I left the route. I've gotten Coughing because I left the route. I've gotten Voltorb because I left the route. It's just, it's never ending. I can't get a shiny Meowth. It doesn't matter which form it is. It doesn't matter if it's Cantonian or Alolan. I just keep getting other Pokemon. And I hunted for Alolan Meowth for a really long time. So that was rough because Alolan Meowth is a full odds hunt on this no matter what. Shiny Charm doesn't increase the odds for Alolan Pokemon because those Pokemon are already owned by a trainer. So the odds are normal. But when you think about it, would they be normal? Like if the shiny is predetermined, is it possible that you'll never find a shiny Alolan one? If that's true, then so glad I got my Vulpix. I absolutely love Alolan Vulpix. It's my favorite. Not my favorite shiny. I will say Alolan Vulpix is my favorite Pokemon. Shiny Giratina is my favorite shiny Pokemon. I just think that its form is absolutely amazing. Anyways, we should continue talking about good and terrible shinies. Let me know which ones you love or hate because I'd love to hear about it. Yeah, nothing helps increase the odds of getting a shiny from a trade. It's just the normal odds from what I'm aware of. And I think it's the same with legendaries. I don't think that you can increase the odds of getting shiny legendaries other than shiny charm. Oh, thanks for letting me know. I actually didn't realize that. I never really thought about how it increases the spawn rate of the Pokemon. But, ooh, we need to... One second. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I apologize if there's any noise in the background. Because I have a dog and other people in my house, so keep that in mind, bear with me. So it looks like, oh, 1 second. I just had to turn off the audio for a moment because someone was yelling about nothing. So, my bad. Yeah, I've heard the one about Pokemon despawning or respawning again. Hello? I've known about that for a while. That's why I always say leave the route and go back into it. Make sure that all the Pokemon have disappeared, because that does make them despawn and they won't show up again. But this also means that if you let a shiny despawn, then supposedly it'll reappear. In my experience, it didn't really happen that easily. But yeah. Okay, here's the thing. I might go for a 40 combo of this Meowth, but I also don't have a lot of Ultra Balls, so that means I have to stick with Pokeballs. But I also kind of want to save my Pokeballs. I don't know. Honestly, at this point, I just want to get a shiny, you know? Yeah, I am looking for shiny Meowth. I don't know, I just really like shiny Meowth. I think it's pretty cool. I know that it's not the most crazy shiny out there, especially when you evolve it, but for whatever reason, it's one of my favorites. So, you know, it's like how I really like shiny Leafeon. Thank you! Thank you so much. I'm really, really hoping that I get this shiny. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I also use Payday. What I like to do when I'm trying to get more money is I get my... Yeah, that's a funny joke. 1 second. I was just like, wait, what? Yeah, I use my Persian and my Psyduck both with Payday. Take out both my Joy-Cons and just play it like that. So then it's 2 against 1, which is like unfair, but whatever. I'm making money off of it. So, you know, that's how it goes. I was like, wait, did I miss a joke? But no, I knew what the joke was. I just kind of didn't mention it. I have a terrible sense of humor. It's not that I don't understand jokes. I just can't really make jokes. You know? That's just how it is. I think the rest of my family took all of the humor, all the sense of humor, and they just have all of it, and then I'm over here like, yeah, that's a funny one. Haha. So I try to be humorous in like my videos that don't have any voiceover, like my very first video on my YouTube. Tried to be funny with it. So gotta get a shiny, please. It's I'm not the most patient person. I will be honest, although I did get a shiny Voltorb and 2 shiny Coughings recently, I haven't really shiny hunted in a while. I just kind of took a break from it, played Stardew Valley, really enjoyed that. You know, because you just gotta take time for yourself. And I know what you might be thinking, like, how is playing a video game not taking time for yourself? But sometimes it's just like, I don't know, you just kind of, it's like when you get really sick to the point where you don't want to do the things that you normally would do. Like if you have a cold, you might play video games, whatever. But when you're really sick, like with a fever, I've had this before, can't do it. I tried to one time. It was Christmas. I was really sick. That's actually the same time that I got my DSI. And I was like, oh, I should hunt for a shiny Latios in the meantime. I did like 2 encounters, and keep in mind these weren't really long encounters because this is a runaway hunt, because this was on Alpha Sapphire. So I did like 2 encounters and then I was just done. It's kind of like that. That's the kind of thing where it's like I need to take time to not play video games, which is crazy. 12-year-old me would be probably screaming like, why wouldn't you play video games? But I think that since I started doing dance, it's kind of like I used to be absolutely obsessed with video games. Okay, but honestly, I have to disagree with you on there's no such thing as a quick shiny in Let's Go. It's just because I made a video I just uploaded it today. You can get shinies really quickly, but you can't get every shiny you want really quickly. Like, Meowth is not on a route where there's a door, where, like, it's not that easy. But Pokemon in the Power Plant, or in Cerulean Cave, or on that route to the left of Saffron City, are all really easy to get. Charizard, Dragonite, all those Pokemon, they're all, like, pretty easy to get. Otherwise I wouldn't have gotten this Charizard. It was like one of the first shinies I got in the game. It was like maybe the 5th. Yeah, exactly. It is just luck. So that is true. I feel like whenever I'm like, I want to do a quick shiny hunt, it doesn't happen. But when I'm just like, yes, let's do a long one, it's just not long. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I'm just gonna get some water. That's actually, that's one of my things that I always said in my dance classes was stay hydrated whenever we had a water break. Then there was, whenever we were like, we forgot what the choreography was, we had to refresh our memory, or we couldn't think of it at all, or we needed to replace some part with something else and we didn't have any ideas, I would just say, hey, let's just do a backflip. And so that turned into a thing. That was fun. I've never done a backflip though. Kind of made a deal with the teacher that once I do a backflip, I will tell her. I don't know whether it's going to be in person or email, and I don't know when it's going to be. Obviously, it's not going to be soon, because I can't even jump right now. Like, I guess I can. But like, I'm not learning that kind of stuff yet. Which is like, what are you talking about? Learning to jump, that's just a basic thing that you do in life. But when you have a broken ankle, no. So, like, I even had a limp for like 2 weeks once I was able to walk again. I didn't even notice. Everyone around me noticed, I couldn't tell. See, that's how I feel with it. I just want to do a backflip randomly, but then I'm also like, I don't want to hurt anyone in the process. I don't want to hurt myself either. Also, I've always had issues with going upside down. So it's like, why would you want to do a backflip if you don't like being upside down? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have an explanation for that. It's like how I couldn't do back rolls in dance, and then I kept getting the good parts in dances, and I was like, dang it, I'm good at all this stuff. Like, I'm a good dancer, but then they add one thing, they're like, oh, now we're going to go to the floor and do a back roll. And I'm like, oh, not this. It's like, it's one of those moments where you're like, am I really a good dancer? I can't do a back roll, but I can do everything else right. Though that's not true, I can't do everything else right. I haven't been doing this for very long. Like, 4 years. Could have been 5, but, it's not 5 years yet because I haven't danced in, like, months. Yeah, it makes me, I don't know, I was gonna say it makes me think of something, but I really don't remember what it is. It's just some vague memory of doing something where you just, oh, you know what it is? Me and one of my friends, we like to, every once in a while, we'll just make cookies. And one time they were just like, hey, let's, put in some green food coloring and pretend that we didn't. And just casually give it to everyone in the house. And they'll be like, why are these green? And we'll just be like, what do you mean? It's just a cookie. I thought you were saying like there was a shiny on screen. Oh, I wish. But yeah, Venomoth is a really good shiny. I think I already have one in Pokemon X. It's probably in Pokemon Bank right now. I have a lot of shinies in there. I don't know what they are though because it's been years. So, you know. And I'm not going to pay for Pokemon Bank until I actually go and use it again. I'll probably make a video where I just go through and find all of my shinies. Because I don't know how many shinies I have. I never counted, and I also got rid of a lot of them. Because I'm not the brightest. Or I wasn't the brightest at the time. I'm a lot smarter with things now. As you can tell while I'm doing this. Okay, I unfortunately don't have a lot of time left to stream. So, what we're gonna do... Actually, I'll let you guys decide. Should I go to Cerulean Cave, or should I go to the place next to Saffron City, which has, like, Ninetales, Dragonite, Raticate, Charizard, bunch of birds, or go to the power plant? I still want to get a shiny Lickitung. I haven't gotten one of those yet, and that's at Cerulean Cave. So maybe I could do that. But I don't think Meowth is happening today. But like, the reason why I'm not quite sure about the power plant, although I tend to get shinies pretty quickly in there, I already have everything in there. I have, like, the only ones I'm missing are Magneton and Electabuzz. So it's kind of tough. How about this? We are going to go Cerulean Cave for a little bit, and then we'll go to Power Plant if all else fails. So Meowth is going to happen another day, because I'm not just going to pause the stream and just end it with no shiny. I want to end it with a shiny. I want it to happen. See, I feel like it's a pretty fair deal. Every once in a while, I'll get this, like, I'll get an ad from some Instagram, like, you know, those comments where it's just like, hey, I have a product for you. I keep getting these ones where it's just... we have a really good gaming chair so you could sit around for hours. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm a pretty active person. So, I don't really need this. But then, here I am in this chair, and I'm just like, feeling old because my back is hating me. But it's not bad. It's like not full on pain. It's like when you feel like you need to crack something. So, you know, it's like I like to it's something that really helps with ankle flexibility, which I know what you're thinking. What? Ankle flexibility? Since when? Why is that a thing? It's just important in dance. When you're like pointing your toes. But I used to like move my ankles in circles because that helps them out a lot. And I like to do it so that it would so that it would actually crack. Because, you know, it's just like, isn't it just like air? Unless your ankle is broken, then it's not air. Do I still have Ultra Balls? Looking in the wrong place. Yes, okay. Just had to make sure I wasn't trusting myself for a moment there. But yeah, so I used to move my ankles in circles, and now it's just like, before it's like, oh, I just do it until they crack, because then I know it's fine. But then I broke my ankle, so whenever it cracks, I'm like, oh no, is it broken? And it's not broken, it's just, then again, I'm never sure if it's fully healed, because if you don't know, the last time that I went in to the hospital to get the x-rays and just have them say, hey, it's broken, or hey, it's not broken, it was broken, but it's like almost there, it's like 90% healed. That was about a month ago. It's probably fully healed now, but the thing is, I guess I'll never know. So, you know, I'm a little more cautious now with how I do things just because of that ankle. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention one habit that's not so great that I have is stepping on the outer sides of my ankles. You know, just standing on them. Or outer sides of my feet. Oh no! I'm sorry, did I distract you? Oh. That's rough. I'm sure that you'll get one though. I'm sure that you'll get your shiny Abra. I know you can do it. You can do it. Yes. I'm probably never gonna go for shiny Abra because I just don't want to risk going in front of it and then it disappears. I know a lot of people have done that. And if I ever get, like, if a shiny Abra ever spawns, trust me, I'm gonna be one of those people. I'm gonna be one of those people that goes in front of the Abra. And, like, I know I'm saying, like, those people, but that's not, like, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying that some people have gone in front of it by accident, and I'm definitely the kind of person that would accidentally do something stupid. And that's not even that stupid, that's just bad luck. See, if it makes you feel any better, I already talked about these two things in one of my YouTube videos. The shiny Cyndaquil. First Pokemon I ever saw on Pokemon's Heart Gold. I was gonna say Soul Silver. I don't have that game. And it was brown, and you know, I was just like, okay, that's a Cyndaquil, cool. And I went with Chikorita because I didn't know the Johto Pokemon. I didn't know any of them. So, you know, it is what it is. So, I failed a shiny Cyndaquil essentially by choice. Also, I don't know if I knew what shinies were at the time. I keep saying that my shiny Dustox was the first Pokemon I got and the first one I failed, but really, I don't know. I think maybe I knew what shinies were, but it might have also been that I didn't until I saw the Red Gyarados. But I think that at the time I was really into watching, looking at the website for every single Pokemon thing, like all the games. So I think that I already knew about the Red Gyarados, I think, early, like before the game came out. So, yeah, I'm not sure if I knew what shinies were until after I got the Red Gyarados, but I could be wrong. But the problem is, I hadn't seen Cyndaquil before. And when you think about it, wasn't Cyndaquil in the second generation, wasn't its sprite mostly brown? And its shiny was purple. I remember that because I do now have a shiny Cyndaquil in Pokemon Silver, which is so nice because I reclaimed my Cyndaquil, but it's also kind of sad because I want to bring that Cyndaquil to future games, but I know that its shiny won't be as good, at least in my opinion, because the flames on it were purple before. Like, that's one of the saddest shinies that we lost. So, that's why I don't transfer my shinies from Gen 2 over to future games because a lot of them are different than what they were before. Charizard used to be purple. I love the color purple. Purple's not a color. I know you might be thinking, what? Purple is a color though. I thought that as well. And then I took an astronomy course, and the professor just wouldn't stop talking about how purple is not a color, it's a lack of green. And yeah, Charizard used to be purple. It's Sprite in the second generation. I'll see if I can find it. 1 second, I'm gonna see if I can find its thing, and I will put it up on the screen. But I think it was like purple and green, like full on Barney. Okay, I think that I found it, so I'm going to put it on the screen. Let's see. Oh, but then I have to move everything. I have to shrink this a lot. This probably looks weird on your end. Then we have to add the image. It's gonna be, see? This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Shiny Charizard used to be purple. Isn't that beautiful? Personally, I think it's amazing. But I know that the shiny Charizard that we have now is absolutely amazing and very fitting for it. Okay, let's continue because I don't have a whole lot of time left. It would have been funny if that coughing were shiny, the one that like just spawned. Then I would have 4 shiny coughings. Yay! After a little bit of looking in the power plant, we'll go over to the route that I keep talking about next to Saffron City. I don't remember the number of it. There we can potentially get Abra, which is scary, Rattata, Ninetales, and I think that everything else I already have. I have a lot of shiny Porygons. You think that it's rare, and then that's, I think, the most common shiny that I've found. I just realized I don't have the chat up. 1 second. Okay. I love how Electrode rolled in. Thank you for pointing that out. And I apologize that I didn't see that right away. I just had a little bit of lag. That was fun. I hope you guys didn't get that little bit of lag, but you never know. So, let's head over to that route. We're going to find the shiny. It's going to happen. I keep doing the wrong things. I'm smart, I promise. Route 7 is what it is. Lucky number 7. I've gotten several shiny Vulpixes here. I've gotten a shiny Dragonite. I've gotten shiny Raticate, shiny Porygon. Well, we do need... Okay, we do already have Onyx in there. Because we're going to want to use Onyx, so then we can see all the Pokemon in the land and in the sky at the same time instead of having to switch Pokemon constantly. Plus, it's a Pokemon where you're able to enter and exit places. Because with Pokemon that fly, you have to actually switch to a Pokemon that's on the ground. Then there's the problem of what if you want to go back and then you have to deal with these Pokemon. And another. Haha. Love you, Pidgey. So, for anyone who joins in at like the last second, even though it says that I'm hunting for Meowth, right now I'm just looking for a shiny. Cause, I think that the game would prefer that we don't ever get shiny Meowth, so then Octopus can never be replaced. And for those of you who don't know, Octopus is my Persian. It's not shiny. So, for those of you who are still watching, who have seen the information, you know, the announcement, which was quite a while ago, for Pokemon Sword and Shield. And, you know, the wonderful starters. What do you, like, what shinies would they have? I have no ideas for any of them other than just turning Sobble purple, because I love purple. When I went and got these drawings done of essentially my character Catherine, Shiny Catherine. I didn't draw them. I'm not an artist. A friend of mine did. But when I asked the person to do that, I said that I wanted to also have my shiny Alolan Vulpix there, and also Sobble. But not a shiny Sobble, because we don't know what a shiny one looks like yet. I can't wait to find out what it looks like, but I also don't want to find out before the games come out. I want to play the game, like, completely blind, other than knowing what the Pokemon is on the cover of the game, if there is any, and also what the starters are. Because that's all I knew for Pokemon Platinum, which was my first Pokemon game that I owned. I'm sorry, I know that no one's complaining about it, but I apologize if I'm not talking a lot. You might think it's a little weird that I am doing live streams and YouTube videos and all this nonsense when I don't actually talk much. That's just because I'm better at talking when people talk to me first, and then that's when it turns into I'm rambling nonstop, which can be really good, in my opinion, but it can also be really bad, because some people really don't like that, because then I just go off topic a lot. Like, come on, I started going, oh, check out Dextrion Games, because my flip notes, haha. I mean, sure, go for it, check them out if you want to, but, yeah, I talk more when people talk to me first. it's kind of just this thing where it's like, don't talk unless it's necessary, you know? I will say though, it's really nice, just like, I still need to get used to how it is live streaming. Cause like, of course, I'm talking to you guys. It's obviously still a little bit weird just because it's like, it's when you talk to someone like on the phone, it's voice to voice, and then like FaceTime, you can see each other's faces and you can hear each other's voices. With texting, it's the same thing, it's just text to text. But with this, it's one person's talking, the other people are texting. So it's a little different for me. It's a little weird for me. But I am definitely getting used to it. I think that people who text, like who are talking to me just using the chat, it's just the same as talking to another person. It's just weirder for me to respond. Oh yeah, also, while we're still trying to find the shiny, I should talk about, whoa, okay, that was amazing timing. Oh my gosh, I haven't gotten a shiny Rattata before. We did it, guys. We got the shiny. We did it. This is crazy. Oh, that was really good timing, and it's about time that I end my stream anyways, so... And I got an excellent throw! I did it! So, we didn't get the cat, but we got the mouse. It's not a mouse, it's a rat, but like... Just roll with it anyways. I actually have to end this really, really quickly. So, you know what? Yeah, I'll totally call it Jerry. But, I know that this is really sudden that I'm ending here, but I do have to end here. So I will follow up on this later on in one of my YouTube videos. I will put all the information about this Pokemon, but for now I will be saying goodbye.